And brings me on to my next topic, man. Pitbull Cruz, the dog, man. Isaac Pitbull Cruz, man. Recently moved back down to 135 pounds. Now we just seen the jump with um Pitbull Cruz moving back down from 140 to 135. And yes, I'm hearing that Pitbull Cruz is set to fight a rematch with Angel Fierro on the PACQUIAO Barrios card, July 19th. And it was so crazy. I was talking to my boy Doobie's Ring, man. Salute to my dog Doobie's Ring. I was talking to him on the phone last night, and I was like, I seen Pitbull Cruz. I seen this fight being mentioned about Pitbull Cruz and Angel Fierro. And I'm like, I told Doobie, I'm like, man, real talk. Don't be surprised they put this fight on the Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios card. And that's exactly what I'm hearing they doing. You know, Pitbull Cruz, he's his promoter technically is Manny Pacquiao, but they're Pitbull Cruz, he fights through PBC. So just a kind of easy thing just to put together, putting two and two together, Pitbull Cruz, coming back, fighting, Angel Ferrero in the month of July. Big fight card month of July right now, July 19th. Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios makes a whole bunch of sense to me. You know what I'm saying? For them to go ahead and run that fight back too with Angel Ferrero, because that was a close fight. Some people thought Angel Ferrero won the fight, even though I thought Pitbull won, but it was a close fight. And them like that was a fight of the year candidate. I almost forgot about that fight because the recent fight that we had with Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Ben. But I almost forgot about that fight with Pitbull Cruz and Angel Ferrero. If y'all watched that first fight, that fight was a banger, a banger. Definitely a fight of the year candidate, and they running it back in the summer, July 19th. Love it, love it. Now I am questioning, why did Pitbull Cruz move back down from 140 to 135? I was questioning that, but I had to think in reality, Pitbull Cruz is really a small guy, short in stature. You know what I mean? Packs, a lot of impact far as him, far as his size, far as being short. You know what I'm saying? Him fighting 140 did his thing there, but I think he can go back down to 135 and have no problems. I don't think 140 was an issue for us him. I just think he's probably more comfortable fighting at 135. And I'm assuming that this fight with Pitbull Cruz and Angel Ferrero is going to be at 135, since the news came out a couple of days about Pitbull Cruz moving back down to the 135-pound division. So I'm definitely liking them running this fight back though, because that first fight with Pitbull Cruz versus Angel Ferrero early this year, fire, fire. Definitely a candidate for fight of the year for sure. You know what I mean? For sure. And I definitely like this fight on this card, man. This Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios card is building up to be a good one for real. Of course, last night, if y'all watched my live from last night, I mentioned Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios is the main event for July 19th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. And you're going to have Sebastian Fundora versus Tim Tszyu as the co-main event, the rematch of that fight from last year. And they're going to have Gary Anton Russell fight his mandatory Andy Hiroka on the card as well. I was hearing that, possibly PBC in Top Rank, they're negotiating to try to get Carlos Adames to fight Janet back, possibly. But Carlos Adames has a mandatory situation right now that he may have in play, to where, I don't see that fight, or Carlos Adames fighting on this card in particular. But he may fight on the card, so we'll see. And I'll let everybody know what they're going to do for as Carlos Adames situation goes. But in particular, like I said, Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios, Sebastian Fundora versus Tim Tszyu, Gary Anton Russell versus Andy Hiroka in his first title defense for the WBA at the 140-pound division, and Pitbull Cruz versus Angel Ferrero. Solid card, solid card. The only fight I don't like on this card is the Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. I gotta be real. I said it last night on the show last night. I do not like that fight, but it is what it is, y'all. Be they running it. Manny Pacquiao coming off 4 years removed from fighting, and professionally. Let me say that professionally. Even though we seen him in that exhibition with that Japanese dude that Ryan Garcia was about to fight before he ended up fighting Rolly Romero, that Japanese dude was kicking Manny Pacquiao ass in there. He was putting belt to ass. Manny Pacquiao didn't look good. He looked gassed out there. He looked old. Feet work was not good. I'm like, Manny, stay your ass in the Philippines where you at, man. You know what I'm saying? You got money. You don't need to come back and fight, man. Let these young guys do their thing, man. But Manny Pacquiao getting back out there, and we'll see what he do against Mario Barrios. I don't think he gonna beat him, but I've seen some strange things in boxing. Anything can happen, man. That's one thing y'all gotta realize in boxing. Anything can happen in these fights, man. Any man can get beat on any given night, man, if they ain't on their shit 100%. That's just the truth of the matter, man. And that's why we talk about the fights, man. That's the love thing about the sport, man. We talk about the fights. We see the fights and we get to talk about them, man. So, draws me into the next topic, man.